Hey guys, how are you? Welcome into a Thursday morning edition of the Daily Juice podcast. My name is Matt Perrault here on BettingPros.com, always being brought to you by BetMGM, and we are here just after the Vegas Golden Knights lost in overtime to the Colorado Avalanche. What a hockey game, man. That stunk, but look, I told you last night that it was a value play. I will take that bet every single time. A plus 162 dog in overtime hitting 5 posts. Look, it's a loss. It stinks, but I'll do it every time. I'm not going to back off that bet. That bet was right there. That's gambling, okay? And you just get beat, and you just take it, and you move on to the next one, and it stinks. The other bets last night were garbage. Some of them were close losses. The prop bets were brutal. John Collins over 14.5 points. He finished up with 13. One more bucket, and he goes over. Didn't get it. The under for Tobias Harris, I never play unders. Only the second time in the history of my prop betting do I play unders. But I played under because the cheat sheet had it at number 1. And the numbers for Tobias Harris without Joel Embiid in the lineup weren't great. And so I decided to take the under 26.5 points. He scored 28. So we are, 3 points away from hitting 2 prop bets. Again, that's gambling. And then the Clippers bet was just blech. That was bad. Clippers just, I don't know what to make of that team, man. You're at home, you win 2 games on the road, dominant, and then the road team has won every game in that series. I don't know what to make of that. Luka is incredible. He's just so good. Clippers suck. Can we all just admit that? The Clippers suck. They're just a bad basketball team. They're just Rondo jacking threes like for no reason. It's like, hey, Rondo, there's a reason why they let you shoot. They've been letting you shoot like that since 2006, and you still haven't figured it out. I mean, it's crazy. It's 2021, dude. You're still shooting threes, and they're like, yep, go ahead and shoot. He hasn't figured it out. Like, you're not a shooter. Stop shooting. But Clippers lose by 5 outright to the Mavericks, and we had the under. I mean, it looked good for a bit, and then, man, that was tough to see. Montreal 5-3, the win for them. The under 5.5 does not come in there on that one. So unders were bad for me. The Discord bet was the only real fun thing last night. So Discord bet, congratulations, we're off the schneid. 5-6 now for the Discord bet. We get plus money on that too, so that helped out my bankroll, so I appreciate that. Nice job from D. Nizzi picking the Atlanta Hawks on the first half money line. That came through. That was nice. And I put a live wager down on Memphis in the first quarter at plus 16.5. I told you guys that last night. I said, look, we're going to wait. We're going to see how that goes and probably live bet the game. And I thought 16-17 was going to be the high. I was wrong. It got as high as 25 points. You could have gotten plus 25. I got it by the skin of my teeth that I saw that final, that 16.5. The Utah Jazz won by 16 to win that series. So that game by 16 to win the series. So I covered that plus 16.5 with Memphis. So I got that right, and the Atlanta Hawks won the series over the New York Knicks. That cashed for me as well at minus 145. So it wasn't all bad last night. But going into last night, I was 15-8. I was up 2.6 units. My picks went 0-5 last night. I got the Discord bet right, which we don't count for me, and then I got the Atlanta Hawks bet right. So that was a 1-5 night for me. So about down 1.5 units. So up 2.6, down 1.5. I'm still up for the week. I'm still up a unit for the week, but that's what happened, right? I mean, this is kind of the roller coaster that you guys will see. And somebody reached out to me on Twitter and was like, this is the first night I've ever listened to you and I've bet you, and oh my gosh, we've lost every bet. I'm like, yeah. I mean, we don't play the short term here. I mean, new people come on all the time, and if you're brand new and you're new to the Daily Juice, I don't win every time. I don't lose every time. And you got to be with us for the long haul. It's a free podcast, okay? So if you want to sit out for a little while and listen and watch and see how I do it and see how I do and say, okay, I didn't like your first day, maybe day 4, day 5, you come on in, or maybe you just listen and never follow and never bet my place. That's fine. I mean, we just want you to be a part of it, come into the community, be part of the Discord channel, and hang out with us and talk about live wagering and talk about prop bets and talk about everything that we do in the Discord channel. So, you know, overall, it's a winning week, but last night was bad. 1-5 is never good when it comes to betting. But I guess on one level, it's not a total wipeout because it's not full units that I'm betting. I'm still at half units. I've been literally every night. I've been thinking about when do I go back to full units. Like, I'm close. I'm getting there. I think what I've decided to do is that I'm going to wait until the 1-year anniversary of the Daily Juice, and then I'll go back to betting full units because we've been tracking this. We've got 6 months, and we've got 6 months. Let me see where we are heading into last night. In 2020, I wound up 11.2 units. For the 6 months in the beginning, the first 6 months of the podcast, I was up 11.2 units. The last 6 months of the podcast, I've been down 11.3 units. That doesn't really include everything that's going on, so I'll probably be down like 12 units probably overall. Once we kind of 12.5, maybe somewhere in that range. Like, I'm guessing. I don't know how the whole math's going to play out, but we'd be like just down. We'd be down like, I don't know, like maybe 1 unit for the entire year. So I want to see where we end. My record overall, I was 365 and 339 in 2020, in the 6 months of 2020. And in 2021, going into last night, I was 368 and 359. So there's been some unique things like horse racing, I'm 0-2, and boxing, we're 2-2, and we've added different things like specials. We have this thing called specials, which is like whenever I do like a crazy flyer out of the wacko type of bet, where I'm 2-9 on those bets. So like you take out those, you take out the Discord bets, and like it kind of it looks a little bit better, but the record is not bad. I mean, I'm trying over the next couple of weeks to end the first calendar year up, and if I do that, I'll be happy. And that's good. Winning money over the first year, betting every single day is decent. So we're trying to do that. We got a couple of a couple of future bets still going here. The Utah Jazz, by the way, at plus 550 to win the West is starting to come into picture here. It's okay. it's looking kind of interesting. So all in all, we've had a lot of fun in year one. Sure, we're not, I can't run around and brag that I'm up 15 units in year one. Okay, there are other people who are more successful at this than I. But I often say, nobody has more fun. Nobody's building the community. And no one's for free. All this is for free. And again, we have done really, really well in, the NBA. And we've done really, really well with NBA props. And we went 0-2 last night, so we'll drop down to 69 and 54, but that's still really good. We got the one NBA game wrong last night, so we'll drop down to 63 and 41. But, I mean, I'll take 60% in the NBA every single day, and we're just going to come through. Baseball has been, picking up steam a little bit here. We're 12 and 18 with baseball, and we'll turn our attention to baseball a bit more coming up later on. And, we've won money overall with our prop bets in the NBA. We've won money with our Major League Baseball prop bets, so we'll have all those things coming back. I'll probably be on a Major League Baseball prop bet coming up for today. The NBA playoff props are so sharp. I mean, it is really tough. The books have so much data. This is like betting, in the postseason in the NFL. Like, the books are really, really onto it. So it's tough to find edges and value, and so I'll probably be dipping more into the Major League Baseball prop market over the next couple of weeks and kind of staying away from the NBA player prop market a little bit. And so we'll see. I'll definitely have at least one Major League Baseball player prop going tonight and one NBA prop going as well. So we'll get to that coming up later today in the Discord channel like we always do. Now, for the picks today, and you guys always remember, BetMGM right above me here on YouTube. BetMGM, $20 to win $100 in any event. Free wagers, $100. Use that promo code JUICE100 when you sign up at BetMGM or at MGM on their application. If you forget the offer, it's right above me on the YouTube channel when you're watching the Daily Juice podcast. But here's the thing. So the Laker game, I am inclined to bet the under. Okay? I'm inclined to be on the under, but I need to know about Chris Paul and I need to know about Anthony Davis. Anthony Davis is talking like he wants to play. He might play. Can't bet this game until I know about him and Chris Paul. If Chris Paul doesn't play, I'm not betting the under. If Anthony Davis doesn't play and Chris Paul does play, well, then I'll probably bet the under. If Anthony Davis plays and Chris Paul doesn't play, I won't bet the under. So I don't know yet on the under bet for the Lakers. We have bet this every game. We've hit this almost every game. and it's been really fun. I've hit this more than once. We've middled this already this year. So here we go into game number 6, and I think I'm 6-1 on the under bets so far, just betting totals in the Lakers and the Suns game. So this has been by far one of our most profitable playoff series, and I am very inclined. The number is 207.5. I'm very inclined. We bet it last game at 207.5, and it came in. The total was 200. I'm inclined to do it once again and come back and bet the under, but there's a couple of things that might benefit us. First, the public betting the over, and they're going to bet the over because that's what they're going to do. So they may give us a better price during the day. And number 2 is we need to see about Chris Paul and Anthony Davis. So once we know about those, and once we see what the public does with the betting, hopefully everyone doesn't figure the trend out and they change and bet the under. Hopefully that doesn't happen and we get a worse number. But 207.5, I would be inclined to bet the under, but I need to know about Chris Paul and I need to know about Anthony Davis. Okay, so nothing on the Lakers game yet. I do have 2 bets on Portland against Denver. Okay, I told you guys this in the Discord channel after the game. Portland -5. Okay, fire on it. I just think Portland is going to be playing incredibly well. Portland, backed against the wall, must-win situation after what Damian Lillard did in Game 5, scoring 55 points. The last time these two teams played in Portland, the game was wacko. Like, it just didn't make any sense to me. The game went way, way under. It was 115-95, the win for Portland. I don't think that's going to happen again, but in case it does, I'm laying -5, okay? Portland -5 to win and force a Game 7 back in Denver. And look, in some ways, Denver knows they're going back home, and they may be very comfortable with this. I don't know what it is. I'm betting against Denver consistently these days, but it burned me last night. But I do think Portland's the better team here for Game 6. I'm laying the 5 points with Portland. At home this year, Portland hasn't been great against the number. They're 18-20, but they're 4-1. Excuse me. No, hold on. Sorry, let me correct myself. Against the number at home, Portland is 16-22. They're 6-4 over the last 10, 2-3 over the last 5. Portland's 5-5. Denver's 5-5 over their last 10, and on the road, Denver is 19-19 against the number. So neither team really all that great against the number at the moment. But in terms of where we are here, the Portland Trailblazers have only covered 2 times in this series. They're 2-3 in this series. Game 1 and game number 4 they covered. So here we go with game number 6. We're back in Portland. I'm laying the 5 points with Portland for a half a unit, and I'm coming back on the total here with Denver and Portland. The under is 4-1 in this series. At home, Denver 18-20 to the over. On the road, Denver 18-20 to the over. But you look at the way these games have gone. Game 1 goes over by 5.5. Game 2 goes over by 12. Game 3 goes over by 8. Game 4 went under by 17.5, and Game 5 went over by 60.5. Now, that's the double overtime game, but still went over by 60.5. I'm coming back here on the over, 227 over Denver, Portland, 227. Let's roll here with that for the over. So a full unit going on this one game, half a unit on Portland -5, half a unit on the over, 227 for Denver and Portland. And I've got one bet going in the NBA for us today, and that is Boston against New York. It's interesting to see what the books have done here. The total is 5, so you know where we're going. We're betting over. 5-2, 4-3. Okay? Changing venue. They're expecting the Islanders with the home ice to be able to keep Boston down. I don't know if I buy that, to be quite honest. I don't know. Like, it just seems a little strange to me that the number consistently goes to 5, and the books have lost again and again, and the numbers guys in the risk room just keep on coming back with saying 5, 5, 5. Like, they just expect this to happen. It's been 5 in Game 1, 5 in Game 2, 7 and 7 goals have been scored. Why isn't it 5.5? Like, why isn't it 6? I don't know. They are looking at the numbers. They expect, that Sorokin is going to stand on his head at some point and that Rask is going to play really well. I don't know. I'm not stopping betting it, though. I mean, we made the mistake in Game 1 by betting the under. In Game 2, we came back and nailed the over. We're coming back in Game 3, over 5, over. I mean, I think the Islanders score at home. I really do. I think they score more at home with that incredible rocking atmosphere than they do on the road. And they've scored 4 goals and 2 goals on the road. So, I mean, I need the Islanders just to get me 2 or 3 goals here. Boston's going to get 2. And, if Boston gets 2, Islanders get 2 or 3. Hopefully it's a 2-2 game at minimum. And then we wind up with the 5th goal and we get a push at worst. Okay. I just think at 5, you get a chance for the open netter. You get a chance for a fluky goal. And let's just go ahead and jump in here and grab the over. Bruins over 5 with the Islanders. All right. So 3 plays here, half a unit, 2 in the NBA, 1 in hockey. Portland -5, over 227, Portland and Denver. In the Boston Bruins, it's -120, by the way. Boston -120 up against the New York Islanders over 5, -120. So even the juice isn't that bad on over 5. The books really don't think the Islanders would score more at home, but I disagree. So bad night last night, 1-5 night. Let's bounce back. Let's have a better night here coming up for a Thursday. Hopefully things bounce back for us. You're going to have bad ones. It's going to happen. My name's Matt Perrault. Follow me on Twitter @SportsTalkMats. You can always get this podcast right here on BettingPros.com. Oh, by the way, we're approaching our 2 millionth listen. We're close to that. We might get to 2 million listens before we get to our 1-year anniversary. That's super cool. I'll keep you updated as to where we are. We're at 1.9 million at the moment for listens for the Daily Juice, but 2 million listens in the first calendar year of the Daily Juice. First full 12 months. That's really a cool thing. That's awesome. We're back on a Friday tomorrow for the Daily Juice podcast right here on BettingPros.com. Brought to you by BetMGM.